Good afternoon, everybody. I have just arrived from airport. I missed my flight. I lost my luggage. So it will be very easy to contact me because I will keep the same clothes for the next days. I am very glad to be with you for the seventh year, exactly the time when Africa attended for the first time. I'm very proud to represent my region, and I would like to ask the delegates from Africa to stand up, please. Thank you very much. Who come here for the first time, please? Younes from Nigeria. Edward, welcome to our CML conference. And now, CML Life Africa is an African network of patient organizations dedicated to chronic myeloid leukemia, CML. And I would thank our mentor, the Max Foundation, because he made the dream come true and has helped the African continent in capacity building. Thank you very much, the Max Foundation and Pat. After the success of the first regional meeting that took place in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam, in October 2012, the second regional meeting was organized this year, last year in South Africa in November 2013. CML Africa, we are 11K patient leaders in 10 countries attended this year. Unfortunately, we are very sad about the loss of Hisham from Sudan. In Africa, we have 54 countries, 12 CML patient groups, and 8 CML advocate members. This meeting, CML Life Africa, was organized in conjunction with 9th AURTEC, that means African Organization for Research and Training in Cancer Congress, and CML Africa. It is an educational workshop for physicians treating CML in Africa. 2013 meeting goals build on the scientific knowledge of each leader through their participation in the CML Africa Physician Workshop, participate in advocacy training offered by the University of Florida, identify each association's capacity for patient advocacy, identify goals for capacity building within each country, and identify common priorities for CML Life Africa to focus on in 2014. CML in the region, we attended the CML Africa, which is an educational workshop for physicians treating CML in Africa. It was attended by more than 30 physicians from 13 countries, in addition to 10 patient leaders from CML Life Africa, 5 representatives of Novartis from the region, 4 representatives from Max, and 1 representative of Axios International. And we had discussion are very helpful and insightful in this meeting. After that, we have an advocacy training sponsored by the University of Florida. 2 patient leaders submitted abstracts addressing innovative advocacy actions were exhibited within the conference venue, and 3 posters, Henzo from Kenya, Amal from Morocco, and the Max Foundation were selected as winning posters. After that, we have this advocacy training was followed by attending a local patient meeting hosted by CML SA, the South African CML Patient Support Organization in the King Edward Hospital in Durban, South Africa. And prior to the meeting, patient leaders were asked to complete a short survey to identify the priority in the region. And based on the results, we organized 3 capacity building sessions to help patient leaders to address the needs in their respective country. And we have communication strategy presented by Amal Morocco, how to carry out advocacy actions by Henzo Kenya, and the third one, understanding the registration process by CML SA South Africa. And each session was followed by a short exercise where patient leaders were asked to identify his group's strengths and weakness and what their groups have accomplished so far in each topic area. We had also the opportunity to participate in a research project organized by the Max Foundation in the form of a focus group discussions. The goal of the research aimed at understanding issues around advocacy as it relates to access to PCR diagnostics and monitoring. Now, what are our priorities? We are working to develop a low literacy publication for patients on CML, provide mentorship of groups in the process of obtaining formal registration, develop a communication plan for members of the CML Life Africa network. We have many challenges in Africa. The first one, access the second generation. The second one, access monitoring. Late diagnosis in Africa, we have this is a big challenge, and support group registration and the lack of educational material to understand well the disease. What's our next steps? We are working to develop a patient information booklet, and now we have elaborated a draft which is being discussed by the members. Preparing the next meeting or regional meeting and try to invite other patients to join the network. How can the CML advocates help the region? Providing or giving support and training for the African continent, taking into consideration the difference between developing and developed country, and learning from other regional groups as Asian and European groups. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Bahija, for the great presentation and the great work you do. Really amazing. Anybody, the floor is open for questions or comments or anything you like to ask.
So what is the focus of CML Africa in 2014?
I'm sorry?
The focus of CML Africa in 2014.
We talk about invite other groups to join the network, and also we are working to develop some materials for African continent, because most of people are illiterate, they can't understand what is the disease, what is monitoring, etc. Can you
elaborate a little bit on your capacity building initiative in CML Africa?
I'm sorry?
Can you elaborate a little bit about your capacity building initiative in CML Africa?
As I told you, we participate in advocacy training, and we presented some poster about advocacy, about communication, about some projects, and now we are working to ask other, because we are 54 countries in Africa. We try to invite others to make strong our network, and we elaborate some communication plan with our members, because it is a challenge in Africa. We have limited access to internet. More people are illiterate. We have many challenges, and we try to find out this question.
Ferdinand, where's Ferdinand? Would you like to share with us about your case and the challenges that you were facing in Kenya, in Africa, and what did you do to overcome these challenges?
Yes, I will. My name is Ferdinand Mwangura. Happy to be here with Bahija. Welcome, Bahija. Well, in Africa, like my sister has pointed, we have a myriad of challenges, beginning with illiteracy, beginning with, and then also lack of cooperative governments. For example, from where I come from, we had an issue with a new law that was put in place last year in July, that everything that comes into the country has to be levied. Even if I was to bring this bottle of water, it would attract a 1.5 levy. So this became a big problem for us, in that whatever was coming in terms of donation, even the Gleevec drugs was attracting levies. So at the moment, we are trying to come up with a way of changing the law for the better so that it can become favorable. But we are doing a sort of an emergency kind of initiative whereby the government is paying for the levy for the time being, as we are preparing a document to present it to Parliament so that you can change the law. But I'd like to echo what my sister has said. In Africa, I think that's where the focus should be, because we still have people dying of CML today in Africa.
And maybe we start small and we can grow. You know, maybe we have some small problem like transport, like we can find some solution for this, because this is we can do it. But we have a big challenge and small challenge. Maybe in Africa we start by small challenge to come to big challenges.
Yes, Ferdinand.
Going forward, I would like to say maybe in the future, we as Africans who have been in this game for some time, we should look at an initiative whereby we come with an African solution to this African problem. Because we have countries like, for example, my neighboring countries like Sudan and Somalia, whereby we know people still die of CML. If we can have experienced leaders from Africa like Bahija and I and someone else spearhead this initiative of reaching out to other African countries, we will go a long way in helping the issue in Africa.
Maybe Edward has something.
Yes, Edward.
Regarding the capacity building, there is someone who asked about how we do capacity building in Africa. Like we meet as leaders once a year, and every time we meet, we make sure that we equip ourselves with required information that it will be useful to our home countries. I remember by the time I rejoined CML Life Africa, I didn't know anything about the disease. But for now, at least through mentorship from my colleagues, Ferdinand, Bahija, I've had enough experience that I even reach out to people in my community, go to radios and talk about CML, and joining this conference is another way of building my capacity in the areas of advocacy. And I suppose when I get back to Uganda, I'll do a great job.
Okay, if no more questions, thank you very much, Bahija. I hope you get a very good night's sleep tonight.